Testing. Insight timer glitching out already. First time. There it goes. I like to move it. You like to move it. Do. Check the static. There's some static. Welcome, James. Green gear. Bonjour. Lots of healing. Brother Rio is coming to medicine for the people. So. Shout out to spiritual communities. In and out. Lots of healing for sure. Yeah. How's the movement? Welcoming Raz. Bendiciones de Luna. Got a slight knot here. Not even a knot, it's just when you feel something in your body. Nah, I sleep normal. Oh, I played that top golf thingy with my wife the other day. So you know when you, yeah, that's what it is. That's like because when you play a new sport, then you fall on your flute again. Yes, I sleep cuddling my flutes. No, not my flutes. Only the didgeridoo. Wait. I do enjoy playing golf because it's meditative for sure. I grew up going to the driving range with my uncle, my dad's friend. This is very meditative for me. Or I mean, any sport that requires concentration, I enjoy for sure. Like basketball is very meditative, but the way people play basketball, it's too violent. That's why I stopped hooping. I love basketball, but wherever you go, people are always trying to like prove themselves, you know. So it made me I mean, there's a lot of violence on a basketball court that I personally experienced. Welcome, Brother Rio. But the interesting is, when you're peaceful to violent people on the basketball court, it makes the violent people look crazy. But if they're crazy to you and you're crazy back, nobody cares. But when you're like super nice and somebody is like really mean to you, the whole court will be, hey, don't. Right? That's happened to me at 24-hour fitness. And luckily they caught me at my Zen state, man. Somebody was very violent. So, because they got anger issue, you know. People got issues. And one person was playing very physical. It's always physical, but this one's like actually like anger issue, pushing people around. And their ego got out of control, and they pushed me and I fell to the ground. But it wasn't like they weren't pushing super violent. They were just showing like, this is who I am. So I got caught in the anger crossfire. He was just doing it to everybody. And then everyone's like, yo, you can't do that. So that's a sign from the universe that to not get into the... I also got hit before because I played aggressive defense. And some people, when you lock them down, they get really pissed. Because imagine when you're used to dominating and some random Asian dude locks you down on defense. Then they get really pissed off. Oh, he doesn't look like he got nothing, and out of nowhere, this craziest defense would come out. And they don't know because my arm span is like super long. So I end up blocking them, stealing from them, so their brain starts falling apart because they can't do their moves on me, right? Because they used to be on like whatever A team in high school. Right, they used to dominate, and then when you like out of high school, you actually meet hoopers who are better because they don't know I played in college 5 hours a day. Right, I just look like some random dude. Just some dude. But when you play 5 hours a day for about 3 years, you get super good in any sport. You know what I mean? When you play any sport 5 hours a day, 5 days a week, because I didn't go to class. I just played basketball. Now I went to class, waiting to go to basketball. You know what I mean? Like I was in class. When I went to class, I was like the sweatiest. And then after class, basketball. And then I would go home at 9 p.m. This is going to UH downtown, UHD. Welcome, Ree. Let's do a little. Oh yeah, he broke his hand, right? Did you break your hand because of like you're making art, making your sculptures and stuff? Cece broke her baby toe. Oh, I guess she still got the rest of them. I work on diesel trucks. Oh, okay. And a drive line fell and crushed it. I guess that's why you get paid a lot more for fixing diesel trucks, because you could die. I mean, regular cars too, but shoot, diesel trucks. It just, sometimes it happens to the best of us. Kind of sad. I hear mechanics. It's like that's why you have to have some discipline. But I guess now you know. You still got the other hand. Still got the other hand. I gotta take a little time to think things over. I gotta read between the lines in case I need it when I'm older. In my life, there's been headache and pain. I don't know if I can face it again. To change this lonely life, I wanna work on diesel. Dun, 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 dun. I want to fix diesel. I want to fix the diesel. I want to fix diesel trucks. Dang, 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 dang. Welcome, Alyosha. Nice to see you. We always have original music in here. I wanna fix on diesel. I want to fix diesel. Hey, welcome Adam Euphrasie. As you know, Green Gear broke his hand fixing diesel. I wanna fix the diesel. Dun, 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 dun. I want to fix diesel. And then Rio's coming to Medicine for the People in September, so if anyone else is interested in coming, there's an airport 35 minutes away from the camp area. All you need is a tent and a pillow. I mean, I could help bring the pillows, you know what I'm saying? Pillow and blanket we can take care of. I mean, we could take care of the tent too, you know. I could buy a box. I could buy a box of tents and blankets if people are starting to come from all around. Today the ticket is the cheapest it'll ever be, which is $144. For 4 days. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But if we wait longer, it'll just be like $40 more each month until September. And the cool part about it is that there's kayaking. They have the stand-up surfboard, SUP, stand-up paddle. There's campfires. There's like a little waterfall there. There's like a trail you could walk. So you don't even have to talk to people. You could just be. Yeah. Yeah, it's costs money. That's why we don't do it too much, because we're already doing. I would need a flight from Europe. And I think you could. You can volunteer to work for like a free ticket too. Yeah, it's just honestly, yeah. I mean, if you could, it's not really worth it, because when you go, you wanna heal. You wanna take the time to be, and the volunteering does take away from your healing experience. Yeah. So there's a downside to like working for a ticket, is that you don't heal as much, which is why, it's better to. It's just for us, we're going there to rest. We're going there to reflect, because the group we need it. I think we love to work. The group, we love service, but now this is like a retreat. Yeah, it's like a retreat for us once in a while. We haven't gone in like about a year and a half, because it didn't align. What we were doing wasn't in alignment, so we changed our plan to focus more on ourselves and the group, and grow HTX Meditation and Mystic Village. So shifting our intention, and I think is a good plan. Welcome, Sister Kata. We're going back to medicine for the people again. September 25th to 28th. Rio's coming on here from Montana. And the new location is 35 minutes away from the airport. Yeah. Thank you, sister. Kata went with us twice already. Twice. Healing work, healing experience. I'm going to plan on that. Where do I get that cheap plane ticket? Rio is going to play music with you. I mean, when we're together at more retreat style, we do whatever we want. Yeah, so we would still be doing sound healing. Do you know the song "You're the Voice" by John Farnham? Nope, I never heard of John. I can add it to my playlist, I guess. 3 times, yeah. Lots of fun for her. Anyways. John Farnham for now. Yeah. You're the voice, okay. You're the voice. You're the voice by John Farnham. Farnham. Also, many people use Substances Festival. They definitely do. And that's why we don't. Love is the substance. It's just we be the change you wish to see in the world, right? So when we are in a retreat setting, you just kind of vibe and you kind of wander. So you spend more time. Imagine what we're doing here. It just doesn't stop for like 3 days. So you get there, you just experience things and you observe things, you reflect on things. And it's it could be participatory, like you can participate as much as you want or just observe. But luckily, everything we're doing is mostly like ceremonial and campfire and different ceremonies and intention. And it's beautiful for sure. Especially if you don't have that on a daily basis, In here, we have a ceremonial experience every day. That's why you're getting filled, like, right? We're engaging in a spiritual talk and Dharma talk. Yeah. And, now, we get spoiled here because you get quality experience. Not every leader and spiritual community brings you the highest experience. They're doing the best that they can, but sometimes it's very surface level and it ends too quickly. So it's hard to build community when it ends too quickly and there's a lack of leadership because maybe they're just not sober or low effort. And or maybe depending on plant medicines too much that there's a lack of leadership or effective leadership. My local one was like that. I was disappointed even though it was sober part. Yeah, I would rather it sober and boring. Oh, that's why people don't go to church no more. Or the temple. That's all the young. But when it's engaging and exciting, the little kids want to watch. Right? Have you heard it? Little kids be wanting to watch this stream instead of play video game. Like, shoot, I guess we're doing something right. Little kids want to watch what we're doing here. Like, I beat Roblox. Like, I would rather watch Mystic Village than play Roblox. I'm like, that's why I send him that fidget spinner. Like, that's what I'm talking about. It's really hard to beat Roblox because that game's so like. I'm not into the DJ set. Or the attitude of the people. Yeah, I know. That's awesome. Rio is on TikTok. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, enjoy your time. Maybe in the future, there's always gonna be spiritual. That's what we do. We're a spiritual community, and spiritual community needs some spiritual gathering. And as we do our own thing, it'll be a lot cheaper than medicine for the people. We're just going to go to a state park and just camp and do our own retreat. And eventually, if we get our own property, then we would just host our own thing. And you can just basically come be on the property, on the land. That's kind of part of the vision. It's only a matter of time. Everybody's aligned. We're all aligned on the same mission. Everybody in Mystic Village, we love. Like, my wife loves what I do. I love what she does. I love that the whole group, that we're all on the same page and, finding purpose together is a beautiful thing. Finding purpose alone is a beautiful thing, but finding a collective group that you resonate with and you like the music, you like the values, you like the practice, that's kind of difficult to say, but it's possible. Ooh. And I'm glad to see the community maturing. You can see that the community is maturing because there's more leaders in the community. Locally and in person, like Sister Emily Charles, right? It's growing, it's grounded, it's happy, it's working. But I don't take it for granted because it could come crumbling down at any time if you don't pay attention constantly, if you don't make sure that people are getting experience fulfilling constantly. Sometimes our standard lowers and we're not paying attention to the detail. I'm always looking at the details. Like, are people actually, when we're together, do we feel alive, or is this just another generic thing? I cannot do the generic thing because my blessing is I need it myself. I can't just do routine spirituality, because it's not authentic when it's routine. Just, right, hey, welcome, let's just do some ceremony, but people don't even resonate with it. Hell no. And so when we go to a spiritual gathering that's not just Mystic Village, you may see a lot of that. You're like, something is off here, but we'll do it anyways. Because the authenticity is really hard to maintain if you weren't taught from authentic teachers in the first place. Welcome, Sister Dory. Glad you're managing another day. You missed the song. We sing a song for, what's his name? Brother Green Gear. I wanna fix the diesel. I want to fix diesel. Because he broke his hand from fixing the diesel. Easy. Can I re-listen somewhere to what you were You can just ask me about what relation thing you're looking for. I'm live, I can just answer it. If you would like to save time. I know. Ooh, somebody who's actually here to help you. I'm a ghost. Ooh. Welcome, Zen Diamond. I know. You just go figure it out yourself. What did you want to hear about relationships? You were speaking about holding on to relationships, maybe with the wrong partner. Most people do that in the beginning, right? When you hold on to the wrong relationship, it's because you don't know who you are, so you keep trying to make relationship work with other people, but you don't even know how to make your own self-relationship works, which is why you keep picking the wrong toxic relationships, or you keep getting into a relationship that leads to heartbrokenness. You keep picking heartbroken relationships because you don't know what is love. That's why I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me. Because you don't know what love is. So when you don't know what love is, you don't know where love comes from. You keep going for the cute girl or the cute guy. You look for the outside. But the outside is just surface level. That's what it's called, the outside. Right? The outside. Because before people pick genuine relationship, we make the analogy or the term, how many more heartbrokenness do you need, and how many divorces do you need to realize to love your damn self? That's called real talk. No more. Baby, don't hurt me no more. What is love? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know why we're not talking like that to each other. Because if we have real talk with each other, then we end up helping each other not fall into another heartbreak or another divorce. I pray that you didn't divorce with children, but if you did, we're here for you. You know what I mean? We get it. Sometimes you just miss. In your community, nobody taught you wisdom. Your parents didn't teach you. Your church didn't teach you. But hallelujah, though, you know. Same thing with me. I was a great Buddhist boy, but no wisdom. I'm trying to hold on because we have kids. Holding on and making relationship work is different. If you hold on to toxic relationship for the children, then the children will hold on to toxic relationship for their children. And their children will hold on to toxic and now we kind of just settle for toxic relationship that doesn't work because our parents taught us that. Sad, I know. So no one's actually happy. We've just been taught to hold on to toxic relationships that doesn't work, which leads to alcoholism, smoking, and spiraling. I'm not sure if it's toxic or not. He just does things that are against my morals and Christian lifestyle. Oh. You can have different views. When somebody shows you who they are, believe it. You don't need people to be just like you if you want to be happy. Right. My wife used to vape, used to smoke cigarettes. But as we mature as a couple, she naturally quit. Because when you're positive influence to each other, your life gets better. But if you're a negative influence to each other, life gets worse. Because sometimes you don't even know how to be good to yourself. Can you define what's toxic? Constantly negative and not willing to grow and not listening. If you're like negative, but you're open and you're willing to grow, you're willing to listen, right? It will work because you're willing to learn and listen. But if you're with somebody who's not honest, who's not willing to learn, and who doesn't listen, well, how the hell is life gonna get better if we're not willing to learn, we're not willing to listen, and there's no communication? Because it's not their fault. Their parents taught them like that. So there's like enough criteria. But over time, if somebody doesn't improve their life, if you're not climbing your mountain, you're falling down the mountain. In life, it's about climbing slowly. If you're too comfortable, not for too long, because you'll start dropping. In my life, there's been heartache and pain. I don't know if I can face it again. To change this lonely life. But he's open. I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me. Finally, damn it. I've been trying to show you the whole time. I wanna feel what love is. You wanna feel what love is? What do you mean? Are you here to... You said you wanna know. I'm showing you. You said, I want you to show me. Dun, dun. Oh. I've learned that love I was searching for could only come from my damn self. That's what I'm talking about, Shout out to Insight Timer. I've learned the only love I was searching for could only come from my damn self. My greatest love is me. Greatest love of all. Not this me, okay? This me. Don't get it twisted. This can be, right? I'm a 10. No, you're infinite. What? You're so beautiful, there's no scale that can measure it. But stay humble because you might have a big ego. That's it. We gotta clarify because nowadays people be ego. Stay humble. That has to be said nowadays because if you're not clear, you send the wrong message and you got all these people. I love me and arrogance. Stay humble. But sometimes you have to be proud of yourself. You can be overly humble too. So right? Be proud. Be proud of you. Stand up for you. Believe in you. Don't stop believing. And for some people that don't get it yet, they just need, I tell them, some people you want them to learn what we're learning in here, but they're not ready. They need to go get their butt kicked by the universe first, you know? Like, especially when you like start talking in terms of all you focus on is relationship. What's your body count? Like, and all these traditional values. Traditional values work until they don't. And when they don't work, then you're like, oh, see, you're just on the wrong side. Like, what? Everybody's different. It's just, we want things to be easily, human beings, we want things to be easily understood, but life can be complex because there's a lot of unlearning to do. Like we learn a lot of things that we thought made us happy, but they don't. Which is why initially we chase external love and we don't realize that the genuine love comes within, because Hollywood and this music has been teaching us love's outside. God must have spent a little more time on you. Manipulation, right? Like it's more of a seductive song. Your love is like a river, peaceful and deep. Your soul is like a secret that I never could keep. That's what the K-pop, all these people, they're doing now. When I look into your eyes, I know. Right, that's entertainment. In entertainment, there's smoke, mirror, right? Manipulation, seduction, to get you to buy more tickets to go to the damn concerts. Right. Yes, and some artists are very good, but some is more focused on capturing your consciousness so that you can forever be captured by whatever you're watching. Pokemon, right? Nothing wrong with it. It's just sometimes you don't love yourself, but you'll love immaterial objects more. That's why I hate that they don't make real music. I mean, real music is, you could say, subjective. But as you gain more wisdom, you understand when you make music, that like real music is music that's made with authenticity. And it's hard to sing authentic music when you didn't even write it and you don't even know the writer. But when you're like collaborating with a group of people and they write music from the soul, you can feel it. Right. That's why Adele doesn't write some of her music, and even with Bruno Mars, but they have a network of people who know each other very well, versus just some up and coming, singer that's being invested by a corporation and they just sing generic song because they know this Gen Alpha and Gen Z likes this message. You need to dress this certain way, talk this way, and do like this to get them. This is called marketing. It's just how it is, right? Marketing. And that's what a lot of spirituality actually is, marketing. But a lot of them, no result from spiritual practice. That's good marketing. What's a great way to market? Sell crystal, card readings. Love readings are very, right? Love reading. Who doesn't want a love reading? So many people so damn lonely nowadays. Everybody wants a love reading. I'm lonely. Give me when will love come for me? Right? A mini reading, a discounted price so you can get something in. Just 20. But life's still the same. You just got a mini reading, which some people do a great job. It's just a little bit of people. Just very few people that I see like, okay, word. Even Reiki masters. When I see some Reiki masters here on TikTok, I could see, okay, beautiful. This is your life. Like, there's a maturity to every healer. Some people we're all at different stages and level of our life, and gotta find good mentors and good community that hopefully doesn't, drain your bank account. And sometimes that's what happens. You have a bunch of crystals you don't need. Do you believe in Reiki? Definitely. It's just the way people practice. A lot of times they're just doing the routine that they were taught by their teachers. When you actually cultivate healing, you find your original style. You don't just copy your teacher. The teacher shows you what they do, but you're not here to be a copycat. You want to be inspired by what they did, but as you cultivate yourself, you find your own original style that's slightly inspired. That's called originality. But what people do is they sell Reiki techniques to each other, and it's the it's the same thing that just copy paste level 1 to 5. When you look at the originators, there was no certificate. You had to be an apprentice to the Reiki master. And you didn't get certificate. You became a Reiki master when you have results. So you wouldn't even be called a Reiki master. You would just be a Reiki practitioner. You become a master when the work that you do makes an impact on the world, and then they say, wow, that's a Reiki master. But nowadays you get a piece of paper and you're Reiki master. Clearly everybody knows that's not a good system, but that's what's here. Because why? Reiki level 4 and 5 make so much damn money, everybody's trying to get paid. It is what it is, you know. No, it's all good. That's just what we got. Because if you can get people interested in Reiki 1 and 2, they're gonna go to 3, 4, and 5 for sure. Why would you not go all the way? And then you would price the later ones higher. That's just called lucrative business. And I definitely believe, yeah. And if you find if you find great teachers, beautiful. Yeah. There's definitely great teachers out there, so shout out to the great teachers. And whether they charge or not, if you have great result from your practice, that's what really matters. Whether you paid or you didn't pay, it does matter, but what matters more is results. Like if you learn Reiki and you actually make a difference, that's the beautiful part, you know. It's about being a good service to each other. Yeah. It's just sometimes hard to find good teachers because it takes time to find great teachers. There's good teachers everywhere, great teachers, harder to find. But enlightened beings, God will show you for sure. You can print a flute on a 3D printer. Thank you so much for 25,000 likes. Welcome Armando. Got Sister Cece. The Law Concert. Oh, shout out to the Law Concert. Happy Monday, by the way. I had to leave in about 30 minutes to take my parents they're going to Chicago for like a Buddhist gathering. in Chicago. Yeah. Welcome, Carmen. I just share with you what I personally experienced on my journey. Like, I go to Reiki circles before, and I've met genuine Reiki practitioners, and I met some that were damaged, and what they were doing was sending negative energy, because when you haven't healed yourself, you're going to want to start touching people, like healing people, and you're not healing, so you make them sick. And then you make the whole group sick because there's a lack of leadership that tells people, like, that lets them know if you're going to do energy work on people but you haven't healed yourself, it's not a good look. It's not good for yourself or the community. It's bad karma. So you maintain your sickness because you're putting out negative energy. You don't realize it. So that's why I'm kind of saddened a little bit that there's no honesty going on in some communities, and we're just making each other sick and we don't realize it. Welcome, Silverback. But it's okay to practice because you don't sin. Well, I talk about we're being the instrument. So the energy has to flow through you, but if your instrument is out of tune, what kind of tune are you playing? A sad violin. Right? That's why the chakras are always activated, but when you tune your chakra, you're in alignment. Yes, the universe, but when the energy flows through you, right, you're still the conduit. So you tune your instrument and then let the universe flow through. But if the instrument's not tuned, there's nothing wrong with an off-tuned piano other than we all realize it's off-tune. Like, oh, right, it's all great, but then, like, ooh. So imagine you're healing it. Something feels a little off. And so imagine all your chakras are good except one or two. And so right, so it does, it's like, And again, we all have different standards for healers. In Reiki, you're not actually sending out energy. Yes, I want to believe that. But when I see people practice, I see them sending energy. Because, some people, they put their hand on you too. So that's why I said not all Reiki practitioners are created equal. We don't know what standards their teachers have, right? How disciplined they are as a practitioner. And the main part, you can just look at the person and look at their energy. Are they happy in their life? We don't even need to get to Reiki. Just look at the individual. Right. And now if we add Reiki to that person who hasn't healed, you already know what they're doing. It's just sometimes we want to be nice, but our standards keep lowering because we don't want to speak the truth with each other. But in here, we cut the BS. I just share with you because I've been around Reiki circles for years, like maybe 5. Can they be doing all Reiki healers, all practitioners, we're coming all from a good place, good heart. Okay, we're all coming from a good heart. But a lot of times we don't complete or deeply heal ourselves. That's the issue. We can all come from a good heart and still be miserable. And the biggest sign is their physical body healthy and healed. Imagine you're a healer, but you look sick as hell and unhealthy. Right? You look sick as hell and you're unhealthy. And the ego hates hearing this, like, oh, it just makes sense. If you look unhealthy and it feels unhealthy, what do you think you're transferring? That's why I'm super selective of who I collaborate with. Are they humble? Are they grounded? Are they consistent? Are they healthy? Are they happy? That's why the master won't train everybody, because some people, they just aren't consistent. So they should have any. Imagine when you practice Reiki on yourself and you heal your chronic illness. Imagine what kind of boost in confidence you would get as a Reiki practitioner when you heal your own chronic illness. Think about that. But some people don't believe they could, and then they go work on other. Imagine you could heal yourself completely through your own practices. If I cannot teach my wife to love herself, how can I teach y'all? If I could not teach my mother to love herself, how can I teach the world? But whenever I find success in myself, help my mother, help my wife, but imagine some people can't even help their husband or wife or their own family, and then they want to go teach the world. That's called incomplete healing. That's why the Sangha starts with inside and slowly outer circle and outer circle. But some people, they want to start here, skip the inner circle, skip that circle, and shortcut and when you skip your 2 inner circles, it carries, the heaviness is in your aura, but you don't know it. So that's how I know who not to collaborate it with in some things, because you can tell there's some heaviness in their energy because they still haven't healed their inner circle. And this is really hard to teach some people because a lot of people don't even talk about it in the open. Because spiritual people love to bypass their own family all the damn time. And that's why I'm talking about it in the open, because I want to see more healing in the world rather than you can heal the world, but you can't even help your own family. Honor your father and mother. That's like one of the oldest commandment or whatever, right? And it's because when you heal the hardest, difficult to heal, that's your family. Helping you is the super hard. Then the next hardest is your family. But when you can help you and the family, it boosts your energy so much, because you know at home your mama is happy, your father is happy, your wife is happy. Does that make sense? Imagine healing the whole world, only come back to somebody screaming and yelling at you. Again? Right? You come home, you're like doing such great work, and you come home, you argue with your wife, like, what the? Now, it's gonna happen sometimes, but that's the nature of life. You're not gonna get, but I'm talking about most of the time. Sometimes you're gonna be pissed off. It's normal. But most of the time, are you chill? Is it harmonious? Right? So the ego may think of absolutes, like all the time. No, most of the time. Because sometimes you're moody or whatever. keep yourself grounded, or else you're going to be moody longer. And so I'm doing my best to be articulate, to be like, I'm trying to show you the details as much as possible, because I don't see all these healers out here teaching y'all the details, and definitely not for free. Hell no. What I'm teaching y'all right now, this is more like level 2 or 3, right? And definitely not for free. But I'm tired of seeing people not heal in spiritual communities. Yeah, not everyone wants to heal and grow, but you can inspire people too. That's the beautiful part. I don't make y'all love your damn self. Y'all just like, you know what? It actually makes sense. Because how many days, like, I'm here every day explaining to people about self-love, self-joy. And when you get really good at convincing people and they have results, that's a miracle. I used to think it was impossible to help my mother until I decided it was possible. Like, how the heck am I supposed to help her? Damn. Impossible. And then the universe says, she's here to train you. You grow a lot from having that kind of mother. Great training. Damn, that makes sense. Right? The ego gets irritated because, damn, the universe be making too much sense. You said you want to be a spiritual leader. Here, spiritual leader, your mom. Like, you only want to spiritual lead the easy people. But not your own mother? How can you help other people and not help your own mother? Like, that's true. So I took a break from helping the world and I just studied and learned and meditate how to help my own mother, while of course maintaining my own joy and bliss and deepening my patience. I have a lot of patience. Thank you to my mother, because she tested my patience so much. So much. Man, she just won't listen. Because I needed to listen first. I wanted her to listen, but she doesn't know how to listen. But who knows how to listen? Who's the student? I'm the student universe. You mean I need to do what I'm trying to get her to do, I need to do? So I need to listen to her? But she's just complaining. Yeah, listen to that. But don't just listen to the surface level. Really feel where she's coming from. In the first months of listening to my mother, it was daily 1 hour to 2 hour talks where I just listened to her vent at me. And I was like, if you keep doing that, you can't. She won't listen unless you deeply listen first. And when I deeply listened for months and months, I convinced her to meditate with me on a daily basis. Finally. But then in the beginning, she was still like, oh, not today. but I'm persistent, right? How about today? Not today. Next day. Hey, you said you want to meditate with me more, remember? I'm like, okay, fine. And then as we meditated, she got more result. And then her complaints towards me reduced by 1 hour. So instead of me listening to her vent for a couple hours, it reduced to an hour, to 30 minutes. And eventually, she started becoming more chill. I was like, thank you, God. You know? I was like, this is actually working. Wow, I didn't know I would have to sit there and just listen deeply for 2 hours. I listened. And then as she got tired and her mind went blank, then I asked her, well, I think it would be, I want to see my mother happy. I think it would be a good idea to meditate because I think it's going to help you at least feel joy. I don't want to see you in pain because clearly you're in pain. Which I have to give a props to 2 books. The Art of Communication by Thich Nhat Hanh and The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. Those 2 books are like the key thing that helped me to be a better listener, and meditation, of course. Meditation. My father is very good, honestly. My father's like very much like me. Yes, he has ego. He's like, he's a feminine man. But he was a Buddhist monk for like a year before. He's very patient, but sometimes he's not good with his words. Like he has issues with communication. But he's a good listener, but he's not good at speaking as much. I mean, he can speak a lot, but sometimes he's not good at speaking his heart. And so, but compassion, he has. The way he behaves is more like his love language is acts of service. So action-based things. Like my mother had like high expectations for us, but my father just wanted us to be good human beings. Just to show the difference. My mother really wanted me to get rich, and my father just wanted us to be a good people, good human being. Right. So there's a big difference in where they came from mentally. And my mother grew up very, very poor, very abused. And my father had a big family, lots of responsibilities, and he lived in the inner city more. Right. My mother, her parents dumped her in a countryside with relatives. And so there's a huge difference in their environment. But they're both very dominant people. Even though my father may be more feminine, he's still a dominant force in the community. Like he's one of the council member at the Thai temple. He's like seen as like an elder in the community. And he fixes air conditioning, HVAC, so everybody needs him. So the amount of respect my father has in the community is like one of the highest. Because he has a livelihood that's needed in Houston, Texas. HVAC, right? If your house has no AC in Houston, that's a savior right there. You got, And so he fixes not just air conditioning, he goes to the Thai restaurants and fix the freezer, fix all the coolers in there. And so the network that he has, he's a social, very social, so he's very popular. My mother is not very popular, but she is because she's not more like because my dad's popular. But what makes my mom popular is her perfectionism, her perfectionist towards food making. She is a cooking legend in the Thai temple. Everyone knows if whatever she makes, it's gonna be. And if it's not good, if she hears that the food wasn't good, she will make sure that the next time it will be, because she's a perfectionist. Yeah. I would love to go out there to the park on Sunday and try your mom's. My mom doesn't really cook for us Sunday, but if you come to Houston during a Thai festival, then you try some Thai food. And really, there's Thai festival everywhere with delicious food. There's great chefs everywhere. If you want to try authentic Thai food, you have to go to when the Thai temple or when the Thai temple has a festival, you get the more authentic flavor there versus the more restaurant flavor because they're trying to make food for American people. And if you go to the Thai temple, it's making food for the general Thai community. Yeah, so you just gotta look around. It's Songkran and Loi Krathong. That's the two major holiday. Songkran is where they throw water at each other. Loi Krathong is when they float the little thing down the river, which is an Indian tradition, and it's like a Theravadan or Thai Theravadan tradition, which is more religious. But I follow more of the I follow the Buddhists in a more practitioner way and less of the religious way. So I grew up doing all the traditional religion stuff. But what I focus more now is the teachings and practicing, the teachings of the Buddha rather than the religious that can be inspired by Hindu traditions, which a lot of times it's ritualistic things that lack heart, right? That lack the heart, but you can make it heartful, but they're not translating that to the younger generation as much. So the art, it's becoming more generic religion. It's just kind of what you do. Maybe you go to mass and then you take the sip on the blood of Christ, the body of Christ, and it becomes kind of like it's just what you do. Same thing with some Buddhist practice. It's just kind of what you do, but it lacks genuine depth and connection. So I hope that's why I don't follow. That's why I'm not religious, because I need things to feel genuine. And but I grew up with religion for sure. Like whenever it's, one of the things they did was we make a giant candle wax. Like you pour, like the community, we pour candle wax into a mold and we use that, candle as part of a ceremonial experience. But it's more for fundraising than, it's like following tradition. It's just fundraising for the temple. So that's how. And I just kind of like, it's cute. I'm sure you can find some spiritual philosophy in those things, but a lot of effort, and sometimes you lose connection because we're just doing, we're pouring wax in there. Here, let's just pour stuff, make the candle. It's cute, right? It's good photos. But are we learning any wisdom behind it? Most of the time, no. People aren't gaining wisdom. We're just doing religion stuff. And it's not I'm against it. It's just more, I want to do things that have meaning, that lead people's life to having happiness. And that's why I'm on this path. Because imagine I was around Buddhist religion a lot, but how come my life ended up being miserable eventually? Because I lacked wisdom. I did religion. They talked about wisdom, but a lot of people didn't practice the wisdom being taught. And I think the same thing's happening in every single religion. There's wisdom there, but many people, we're not getting the message across. We're just saying stuff in the air, and then we say, amen, that's right. And then when we leave church, we forgot it, and we don't practice it. We leave the temple, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And then, exactly. The Art of Communicating by Thich Nhat Hanh. I thought it's the art of communication. The 5 Love Languages is a must read. But don't just read the book. practice it with devotion. Like when I read the 5 love languages, right? I practiced it in every day. I was like, oh, this person's love language is this. Oh, my mother's love language, I wonder what that is. So I start paying attention. And remember, you have yourself you have a primary and a secondary love language, and everybody. But you can learn all 5 love languages, which is acts of service, affirming words, physical touch, right? Quality time, and gifts. So when you learn these things, you start observing, you know what, it's true. Right? It's true. Well, just believing it's true is not enough. You gotta practice to see if there's results. Just because it's true doesn't mean that there's results. So when I start practicing it would result, my mother got happier. I was like, holy, this actually works. What the hell? And so now I kind of permanently, it's like in my toolbox. It's in my inner toolbox. So I have a lot of tools, but it's one of the tools I use a lot. Like the master, what he likes to give gifts because it's his love language. That's why he's giving gifts. It's not about the value as much. It's about that's how he connects with you. So from him, I learned to give gifts. That's why I send people flutes. Which is why Cece should send me her address. If you would like a flute, or let me know what you want. Flute, prayer wheel. Flute or prayer wheel, how about that? Unless you want the shirt. What's a prayer wheel? You got everything already, Diane. You need to start getting better at your flute, okay? You got 2 flutes, a prayer wheel, and a singing bowl. I think you need something else. It's called love your damn self. Maybe later, okay? Maybe you get a tuning fork or something. Or I think a better gift is for you to get along with your husband every day. I think that's a better gift. We're fighting again. Like, didn't y'all just stop fighting the other day? Now you're fighting again. Like, do you like going to the rodeo every 3 days? I think so. So yeah. He's listening. Yeah. Let me know what you want. Oh, how about prayer wheel, flute? I cheated on my wife last night at work. Okay. What do you want from me? Or you just coming here for confession or what? Right, cause yeah. So just let me know what you want, sister. Whatever you want, just let me know. I'll see what I could do. It's just we're at your turn right now, that's all. Yeah, because the thing is, that person didn't ask for advice. That's why they just open. Because the way they're talking about is They're looking at, right? You know it's wrong. You know what the Buddha says? 3 things cannot hide for long: the moon, the sun, and the truth. The best thing to do, you're confessing because you know it's guilty. And the best thing to do is to be a good person. Because if you do the good thing will come to you. You do the wrong thing will come after you. But this is between you and your wife. Deep down, you know what you need to do. You're only confessing because you know what you did is not right. Just be a good person. Stop sleeping around. Never sleep around again, that's it. And if you keep sleeping around again, maybe you have one chance to do the right thing, and if you keep doing the wrong thing, your life will spiral into hell. But we'll be here. Because one thing we don't want to do is bring disharmony to life. Especially if there's children involved. Just be a good person. And then when it's up to you if you want to come clean to your wife or not. But you have to make your own decision. If we make that decision for you, they'll end up, people will end blaming the community and us. You have to see what's right speech and wrong speech, brother, sister. Look at the cause and effect. Right? If you tell people what to do, you become their voice, and then instead of them being responsible for themselves, they blame, right? Whoever is in the chat told them what to do. And now you got involved in the middle of people's relationship. That's why the master says never get in the middle. Let people make their choices. Because relationships are very sensitive. Because if you imagine they're in a happy, but he did the wrong thing, just be a good person and never do that again. If you do, it's going to come to the surface anyways. And imagine they got 3 children together. You just broke the family because you want to give advice without wisdom. Right? It's not easy to tell people. But when you have, experience with mentors, you want to be the one that breaks somebody's family? But if you just give a chance for people to be a good person, their life may end up just keep becoming better. But sometimes we don't think that far before giving advice. We have to consider a long life happiness. There is no one that's perfect. Nobody's perfect. That's why one of the biggest thing people have is regrets in life, and they get stuck in guilt and regret for the rest of their life. But then when you live in guilt and regret, your energy is like this all the time. Just be a better person, be a good person, and don't do the wrong thing over and over, and your life will get better. But if you want your life to get better, but you keep doing the bad thing, it's gonna get worse. It's just sometimes you do it because ignorance, you don't know better. Yeah, I have to go soon, basically. 3 minutes. That's why you have to be really careful who you listen to. Or else, that's people's life. That's why I'm a very... And honestly, whenever you have the courage to, the truth will come out anyways. And when you have the courage, then it'll naturally happen. It's about karma, because if you do the wrong thing, the wrong thing's already coming back to you, unless you clear the karma, right? Like if you secretly manipulate people, there's no secrets to the universe. God already knows you did the wrong thing, the bad thing. You put out wrong. You plant mango, you're not gonna get orange. You did the wrong thing. The universe give you wrong thing. But the only way is to clear the karma, also known as confession, right? But it has to come from a place of sincerity where it matters. On your own time, on your own will. No one can make you. That's why when I'm on a spot with you answering any question, I have to come from my deep heart and soul and be honest, because I know, because people's lives are on the line. People's happiness are on the line, right? Your life matters. And so that's why we have to be very clear. And when we clear that karma, then we don't sit with guilt and shame. Like, man, I'd rather be honest, because I cannot live a life where I hold on to a lie. So that's why I'm always doing my best to be absolutely clear and honest with integrity, because deep down, if you're not, you could see it in people's eyes if there's something that they're hiding. There's an impurity in the way they look in their eyes that you can't hide. And if you identify as a healer but you have impurities, you just look in people's eye instantly, you already know. But they don't know. I mean, they do know, but they're hiding. But you can't hide anything from this right there. You just look at people's eyes. That's why people who have something to hide, they don't like to... You don't want to look at people because there's guilt and shame. But when you clear that karma, you live in peace, joy, and freedom rather than lies. Anyways, I had to go drop my parents off. It's getting deeper in here every day. Holy. Whenever I cleared my karma, I went back and apologized to every girlfriend I ever had. Let me just be honest with you. Whenever I had awakening and I was in the process of clearing my karma, I messaged If I ever done anything wrong to you, I apologize because in the past I just had ignorance. And I message everyone to clear my karma. So please forgive me if I ever done something wrong. Let me know how I can make it up, or just be genuine about it. I learned to be a better person now than where I was. So, but that took a lot of courage, because it's like weird to text your ex and be like, I was not always the best person, and I apologize. Yeah. And so when you're a good person, people know good person. And it's rare to hear I've never heard anyone else really do that. It's just my heart told me to, because I want to clear my karma, because it's hard to be a healer when you got too much karmic strings attached to you. So that's why I always make sure the karma in the community, there's no negative strings attached. I could feel it right away when there's weird energy, and we ain't having no weird energy in here. Like, we gonna get along in here. Okay. Breathing in. Please love your damn self. And of course, before you apologize, you can visualize apologizing to people. You can sit there and visualize apologizing to people. And the more you practice that, the opportunity to do it naturally comes, which is crazy. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you, everybody.